Okay, so time for day 3 of the team battle. We have Kurai using Genesis against Neo Genesis's Drat, who is still using Gold Paladins. Kurai has actually been training for this for quite a while, so I think we can get some good things out of this. Starts with the Witch of the Cat. Soul Charge is a crit, but eh. Oh, and by the way, I'm doing more of a play-by-play commentary for the sake of Mythos is here, but he's not watching the game right now.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of doing something.
So he's gonna contribute, but he's gonna do more play-by-play. Drat rides Marin, attacks, gets the hit, no trigger comes up, but Kurai damage checks a Witch of Cat, so that's one more out of the deck. Kurai's going for the grade 2, and it's the 10k vanilla. And rides Cyberhime and the Existence Angel in the back. And Existence Angel's going for the attack. If that had hit, he would have soul charged 4. So Drat guarded that with a heal trigger. And then Kurai gets a heal trigger in the drive check for the Vanguard attack. Okay, Drat takes damage. It's a crit. For some reason, Kurai hit end phase before Drat did his damage check. Anyway, Drat rides into Star Rain, attacks, and no trigger appears. Cyberhime and Kurai's damage, and now here we get Metis. And that 16k attack again. And Drat is deciding whether or not to take it, and he takes it. So Soul Charge 4 coming up. Only one of those was a trigger. And Soul Charge 2 for the... Oh my god. That soul just filled up immensely, and a crit came out of it in the end. Holy crap. This is not the same Kurai. He has 9 in soul already. Drat's at 4 damage, and Kurai himself is at 1.
Well then.
I'm not even kidding. Drat heal triggered though. And he's got a S-Grad going in for 21 at the Vanguard. Kurai has no reason to block this unless he really doesn't want Drat to Superior Call. And I think that's the only reason why he is thinking. Oh, and he's guarding. Witch of Oranges and heal trigger. I mean, stopping Drat from getting Superior Calls this early in the game is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, Kurai! Well, actually it doesn't matter. Soul Charge are crit. Oh, and Yada in the drive check, so Yada is active. Or at least it will be when Kurai hits 4 damage. It's still 4 to 2. And then Holy Shine Dragon. Drat gets his Superior Call, gets a Guinevere. So that's one less Guinevere that Kurai has to worry about. And the best part is Kurai's at 2 damage. Technically he could no guard everything, and if a crit doesn't appear, then Kurai would live.
Yep, pretty much.
The best part is Drat had to make a 20k column because he had to put S-Grat in front of the Guinevere. So that's only gonna hit for 20. And there's a draw trigger, putting that straight to S-Grad, so it's hitting for a better number. And a critical didn't appear. Technically, Kurai doesn't really need to guard. If he can, he should, but he doesn't need to. 25 from S-Grad. Depending on his hand, I would probably guard that. Yeah, he guards it with the crit and a draw. And he takes the S-Grad's attack, which was hitting for 26. And now Yada Ride. In a way, Drat was trying to use the limit break of Holy Shine Dragon in order to get his stuff back, and Kurai started taking his turn beforehand. Technically, it doesn't matter because in the end, the same thing happens regardless. But I can understand the courtesy of wanting him to wait for it. Ooh, that Soul Charge 3 was not good. He got a heal and a crit from it. Actually, what is in his soul? He has a Witch of Birds. And there's another heal trigger. He's kind of soul charging too much. Like, it's getting to the point where all of his triggers are starting to go into soul, and I'm getting worried about that. Drat took the 5th damage, and it was not a trigger, so the limit break is coming. We're going to see a Soul Blast 9, a draw 2. Kurai does remember to draw 2 now, as far as I know. Cyberhime is getting retired. Honestly, I wouldn't retire Cyberhime in that case. But I know what he wants to do. He's gonna stand Existence Angel and Yatagarasu so he can get more battles. I don't know. Me personally, I would have... I don't know what I would have done. I don't know how to use this deck. I'm not gonna pretend I do. Anyway, Drat Perfect guards the 26k Vanguard. He has 11k for Yata and a 10k for Witch of Birds. So the damage is 5 to 4 and the hand difference got extreme. Wait a minute, what the shit? Mythos?
What?
Something different happened.
What's that?
He rode Zenith.
Well then.
How long has he had that in there?
I don't know.
Literally, out of 8 games, this is the first time I've even seen that card in his deck. That doesn't even sound possible. I'm gonna have to review the footage later. Because I honestly don't know if he's had this the whole time. Kurai has a perfect guard for the limit break. I mean, not for the limit break, but for Zenith. The S-Grat column is hitting for 25. So if a critical doesn't appear... A critical didn't appear. Kurai could win next turn. Depending on what happens. No, Kurai! No! Duh. He was supposed to put the Goddess of Volunteering, the perfect guard, into the soul. But technically it doesn't matter, it's just kind of are supposed to do that. Also, Kurai has enough soul to limit break again. He has 7 cards in deck, so if he were to do it, he actually would have enough to live. And all of his columns except the Vanguard are hitting for 18. So the 23k Vanguard doesn't mean anything. No, Kurai, don't do it that way. Don't do it that way, Kurai. You should be attacking with the Vanguard and doing the limit break. I know what he's doing. I do. But he realizes that the Vanguard is 23k, right? And that with the Vanguard being 23k, his rears can't hit it without boost. His best option would be to attack with one rear column, attack with the Vanguard, and then limit break, and then stand them both up again. Oh wait, Drat is actually thinking now. He doesn't know what to do. He might take the hit, because he only has 4 cards in hand. And if Kurai does it right, he'll get 2 more attacks. Oh, Drat took it. Game 1 goes to Kurai. So let's see what happens in Game 2. Maybe Mythos will say more.